Dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, absolutely.
The randomly Rocket Man, that song popped into my head
Banger.
while I was walking on my break.
You mean Elton?
Yeah.
Rocket Man. Okay.
And I said it out loud, and for some reason I went, "Fuck it, man. Not gonna do a goddamn thing."
That's actually very funny. Objectively funny, Chris. Well done. Have you heard the song that
Lou Bega?
Mambo Number 5, dude? That song shreds. I mean, it's very fucked up.
Yeah.
Because it's like, the guy's a monster.
He should have been doing,
he's got
like, get tested.
so many diseases.
Ad claims.
For sure. But
what if he just danced with them? And like girls, like when he got famous, were like down to fucking. He's like, "Whoa, I'm just trying to swing." Oh, okay.
Have you heard "High" by Young Thug of Elton John?
No.
Very cool song. Elton John like re-recorded himself singing. That song.
Elton John said he re-recorded for that?
There's a part later in the song that
okay.
he actually because it's like it's legit like featuring Elton John. On this
Gotcha.
one.
I was gonna say because he does not sound like that anymore.
No, right. Which is the whole.
How many more weeks you got left?
I have asthma, really bad right now because it's finally fall.
Have you always had asthma?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my asthma's not good because it's fall, and because it's fall, I also have redonkulous allergies that go along with the asthma.
Sure.
And I have a sinus infection and an ear infection right now.
Ooh.
And I feel like shit. So gross. But yeah, that was what that cough was.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Chris.
Hey, man.
Hey, Mara.
Hi.
Hey, Mara, how are you sleeping?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I got more Prozac.
Okay.
We doubled that. Seems to be helping.
Do you take it before sleep?
No, I take it in the morning.
Oh.
But it's like it helps with anxiety. So.
Yeah.
It's an all-dayer?
Yep. It's got like a really long half-life on it.
Oh, nice.
And then if I need it, I got melatonin, and then I got a weighted blanket.
Weighted blankets? How fucking helpful are those?
Yeah, they're great, yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Telling you, Chris.
I've actually been sleeping without a blanket for the last few nights.
Yeah, you've been telling you've told me that in the past that you're.
I'm not so much a blanket guy.
I don't like ketchup or mustard on my hot dog. You don't like blanket on your body.
I also don't like. Oh wait, I don't like hot dogs. Sorry.
Oh.
Wait, you're not plain, are you?
Here's my thing. And this is gonna sound so fucking pretentious, but I think it's rooted in like it's rooted in a good, like, from a good place. It's not. I don't like when places give you like the cup of sauce to go with whatever you're eating, whether that's like, or like bring the sauces to the table and then they're like, here's your ketchup, here's your mustard, whatever. Mostly because if it's not good plain, like, then the sauce is just there to mask how shitty it actually is.
Did you learn that in Mein Kampf?
Wow. I'm not.
I would agree with ketchup. Ketchup is a masker.
See, yeah, and like I'll put like a little bit of mayo on a burger because I think it complements the array of flavors you get from the additional things. Like, I would rather put just a tomato and lettuce on a burger and eat it with no sauce than eat a plain cheeseburger with just ketchup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I eat my burgers with just salt and pepper.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you grill them with the salt and the S&P on it.
No.
Oh.
I put the S&P after.
That sounds like it's delicious, actually.
I like it a lot.
Because that's really all the ketchup's there for, is the salt content.
Exactly, yeah.
And it replaces the real tomato, which is better than ketchup, I think.
Yeah.
You can't dunk your fries in tomato though.
It's true.
Right.
I don't put my I don't put
I don't put my
anything on
fries in anything. That's so dumb. It to me.
Get out of here.
To me,
Mayonnaise?
Fuck mayonnaise. God damn it,
sometimes
I hate
mayonnaise.
mayo so much.
Sometimes mayonnaise with the fries, but only if the fries are like very heavily seasoned. Because I feel like the mayonnaise like cuts down some of the saltiness a little bit.
Cuts through the acidity.
Yeah, because mayonnaise is a little bit more like sweet and creamy. You know, like if I don't think I can finish all my fries without a little mayo, then I'll do the mayo. But I don't actively like. I also like using the sauces not as they're intended. Like if somebody gives me sauce with something, it just comes with it. Then I'll like I'll dunk my fries in some tartar sauce. Yeah, because it's fucking gross. No, I'm just kidding. Because I'm like I'm not gonna dunk my fish in it. I'll just eat my fish plain.
I don't like so many things.
I know, and that again you learned from Mein Kampf, but.
Tartar sauce.
Although really their focus is just kind of like 3 groups.
I didn't like tartar sauce until I made it.
Interesting.
Well, tartar sauce.
What do you eat with tartar sauce?
I like to eat French fries with it, and
Okay.
then I've made fake.
You gotta
Fish.
start throwing your cups away, by the way.
Do I?
Every time you leave here, one of your caribou cups is just randomly in a different place.
It's a
in the
bad
house.
habit because I save them and then I use them in the morning.
Oh,
from
that's
the-
funny.
For some reason, I like coffee out of this specific type of cup.
What
That
do you?
makes
What
so
do you,
much
do you
sense.
just get black coffee?
Yeah.
I'm also just a black coffee guy.
Wildly uncomfortable in this fucking chair right now, which has never happened before. I just need to sit up and stop being such a biatch.
Yeah, I felt a little strange in them too. I think there's just
There's just
a lot
so much
going
going on in our lives.
I'm
You
good.
know?
So,
How are you sleeping?
you know, I mean, I've been sleeping real good lately.
Oh,
Yeah.
that with all the shit that you're doing, the stuff that you're doing for the birthdays and that's nice that you can have a solid sleep schedule on top of that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to bed late as shit, but I'm actually falling asleep, which
Exactly.
is huge. But I've been having back issues, mostly just because like of the muscle tightness, because the mattress that we have is like softer than any mattress should ever be.
I hate some mat.
Yeah, I'm a hard mattress guy,
Same.
I sleep on the floor.
which is so hard. Probably
That's because you were a POW though. And
I don't know what's wrong with me.
it's so good for your back though. But yeah, I just I don't know.
I sleep in a tent with a Pikachu.
That's actually
that's right. I
very
forgot
cool.
you told me about that. What are those things called?
They're called privacy pops. You're supposed to put your bed in them, but I don't have a bed, so it's just a sleeping bag in there. And it like zips
fucking
shut. Yeah.
super badass actually.
God, that's awesome.
You'll always have a place to sleep,
Yeah.
no matter what happens.
I used to be able to sleep like a goddamn savage. I would sleep on the road sometimes. Literally on the street. Like if I got up too early for the bus and we've got like 15 minutes till the bus comes, I'm laying down on the fucking asphalt.
Reminds me of the time I got really hungover at work. And I was laying in the bathroom, the family restroom. I just laid out on the floor. I don't care how disgusting this is. I have to lay down.
I mean,
That's really funny.
I've slept through some shit, but I don't. I mean, I could sleep pretty much anywhere, but
Yeah.
But the circumstances are really what I'm very good at sleeping through. Still am. Like
Yeah.
when I was 12 years old, I went to Washington D.C. with my grandparents, and we were flying out of Dulles International in D.C. and it's actually in Virginia. And there was like a huge torrential downpour for like 3 straight days, and like everything was flooding, and no flights were going out. So they like canceled all the flights, but because of that, all of the hotels were booked. So we had to sleep in the airport, and that was amazing. It was so cool.
That's my nightmare.
I felt like literally it was like I felt like I was Kevin McAllister. Like I was so happy. They were like there was a Wendy's right there.
Wasn't that a Tom Hanks movie?
Terminal, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah. But his is like more like he doesn't have because he plays a person from a foreign country.
And he can't leave.
And he doesn't have a visa to get in or a passport or something. And so he can't leave or get in. So he's just like stuck in the terminal. He just lives in the airport terminal, which is so funny to me. Like if you think about,
does he play a Russian guy?
I don't know what he plays, and I think I've seen like little bits of the movie, but
I've never
know
seen
what
it.
it's about. We have a lot of entertainment to talk about today because we've been as a group like sharing some media back and forth.
Oh my God,
there's some cool shit coming out.
Eastern
so
European.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Even though
2004. So
Holy
it's old,
shit.
yeah.
I didn't realize it was that long ago.
Wow. I think we just go down the list of things that were shared.
Okay.
So you found the saxophone thing. You found the guy singing his intro. That was cool. I'm glad you shared that with us.
Yeah.
That trailer you sent?
The Suicide Squad video game?
Dude?
Where did that come from? Like all of a sudden it's just on YouTube.
Well, it was like teaser trailer.
DC, what was it called? DC Fandom or DC
Fandom, yeah.
So when I saw the it was the Batman trailer, and then I saw the Knights of Batman, which obviously fucking rad. And then I saw that, and I was like, oh, because did you play Injustice? Or do you know about Injustice?
I know what Injustice
I'm aware,
is,
yeah.
So it's going to be in between, like, while all of the shit is hitting the fan in Injustice, right before they go slap attack Brainiac. Because I remember some of those characters were in Injustice. Is it Injustice or Injustice 2? But anyways, so when I saw that, I was like, oh, I know exactly when this is fucking happening. So that and the fucking Suicide Squad teaser trailer thing, which I'm kind of bummed about that they're redoing it.
It's so soon after.
Yeah, it's so soon after. And
is it purely because Jared Leto was so bad?
The movie was incredibly bad.
Yeah, it was very bad. Really, the only good thing that came out of it was Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie just latched onto that character so much. But now the continuity is all fucked up, which has always been DC's problem. Continuity is a fucking mess, and because it's set in the 70s. And Harley Quinn looks exactly the same. And she just had Birds of Prey come out, and now they're gonna say, I don't get it, and I don't know if
Ageless Wonder Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
they can just do the X-Men thing and mess with timelines. It's
That's
comic
true.
books.
It is comic books.
It is. It's frustrating though, because
but
like,
James Gunn's doing it, so I'm at least excited for that.
Okay,
because he's the fucking man.
Yep.
But like, didn't Joss Whedon do one of the bad DC movies as well? Like Justice League?
Yeah, he did.
And he did Avengers.
That's true.
The original Avengers. So like, oh, Joss Whedon's going to do
but
this DC movie.
They brought him in later, I thought. And that's why it got all fucky.
Well,
because Joss
that's
Whedon was like, let's do something else. I don't want to do the Zack Snyder thing.
I watched a movie recently that they did that. Oh, freaking Solo. Like, I watched Solo again. People didn't like it. I like it. Like, quite a bit, actually.
People are weird about Star Wars, though.
Oh, shit. Did I send you the Star Wars? Did I send the Star Wars trailer?
Yeah,
to?
dude. Yeah. We're getting there.
So much.
But that video game trailer looks fantastic.
It was better than the whole movie I saw about them. I was like, these are characters. And
Right.
like,
Yeah.
the ending of that trailer, I busted out laughing. When that boomerang hits him, he's like, oh, Shark, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. So good. Well, and there's like a few parts in a 2-minute fucking video clip that's literally a teaser for what I'm assuming will be 40 hours probably of content.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That does a better job of explaining what the Suicide Squad is than the movie does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem with movies, you know. You got to make that Burger King cup and get all the dollars, you know what I mean? So they're just making movies.
That's someone's job.
Yeah.
They sit in on the board meeting. They're like, okay, so here's the storyboard. Everything looks great.
How are we going to sell this to Bert?
Steven, yeah. I think everyone knows where I'm going to go with this. Hate to state the obvious, but how will it BK? How is this going to BK?
Mm-hmm. And I mean, they managed to do it with like Apollo 13.
Yeah,
They got
that's
people
true.
like stoked about Apollo 13.
Yeah.
That Burger King cup.
That's wild. I mean, I totally get where you're coming from. I feel like there's like it's two different like the passions are coming from like two very different like creative realms.
Yeah.
You know, like a video game, generally speaking, I would say, I feel like this is extreme generalization, so, you know, give me some slack if it sounds ridiculous, but like as far as a video game, like I'm guessing the people who are creating the Suicide Squad video game were heavily invested in the Suicide Squad as kids and were passionate about it and very much enjoyed those comic books. Whereas I feel like a lot of the people who are like behind the production companies and whatever that like pay for the movies and like have all this say about, you know, product placement and all that shit, like they don't have that same attachment. So like, you're never going to get that passion.
I also think there's like a culture thing in the US, like any comic book movie. I've been saying this for like 2 decades now, ever since that first X-Men came out, where everyone was wearing like the leather suits and whatever, and they didn't look like X-Men, except for Hugh Jackman, because he was Wolverine.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, why don't they just make a cartoon? Like, comic books so easily translate into animation, but not in the United States. Like, maybe in Japan, you can get away with that, but in the United States, like, that kind of cartoon, it's just not, like, no one's going to do it.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same...
They release them on DVD.
Well, it's because people are so jaded, you know? People are like, I need to see real people being shot with bullets.
The animated DC movies are 1,000 times better. Like, it's not even close. You can't even compare the two.
Well, even the comics.
Like Dark, was it Dark Wars? Justice League Dark? Have you seen that? Holy fuck. It's so goddamn good.
I also think people like to latch on to, like, I can't believe the guy from this show is a superhero now in this movie.
Yeah.
Like Chris Pratt
Yeah.
Like, oh, who are they going to get to play so-and-so? They get like really excited for that part of it.
Yeah.
Even though like a lot of like people that are like the real fans, like, you know, you like, you probably don't care. Like, the movie is really good. You don't really care. Like,
you want
Chris
somebody
Pratt
that fills
is the
the role well.
Yeah, and that
which is why like Peter Quill as like Chris Pratt as Peter Quill was actually fitting, because like Peter Quill's a fucking asshole, you know.
Well, the
and
weird
goofy,
thing is
silly dinkus, and that's what Chris Pratt is.
That the original Star-Lord was actually really intelligent, and
because they didn't get any famous people. Is it? Wait, what? What are you saying?
In the comic books, Star-Lord.
Oh, I thought you said Star Wars.
Oh, like, no. Star-Lord.
Yeah.
The dude is really intelligent. He comes from a political family background, and he wasn't meant to be like this kind of bro-ish space pirate guy. And
that's
then,
an older series, right?
Well, but even up until, what was it, 2009, he was still pretty much the same. It was right before the movie came out is when they started to change his character.
Oh.
And then from there...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Huh.
I mean, I always remember, like, they teased a shot from that movie, and I'm like, I couldn't believe that was going to be a movie. Like, it was like the entire, like, squad or whatever. It was like a tree and a raccoon. I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is going to be a movie? I was kind of excited for that.
Yeah.
Because it was so strange.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
What's the, is it Black Alec or something?
Black Adam?
Black Adam.
Did you just say Black Alec?
I've never read those comics, dude.
But you've played...
I've never played Injustice.
All right.
I've never played... the only DC video game I've ever played, the video game series, is all the Arkham Knight stuff. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Fair.
Isn't he like Superman's nemesis?
Kind of. Superman's whole thing is like he is susceptible to magic. So anybody who can wield magic can really fuck them up.
Superman.
Yep.
David Copperfield.
That's a really funny premise. Seriously.
I will and for this next trick, I will pull a gun out of my hat.
Holy shit, is the Statue of Liberty gone? I'm not going to do this.
Is David Copperfield the guy that was on Joe Rogan recently?
No, that's David Blaine.
David Blaine.
Yeah.
That would be even funnier.
David Blaine is more like...
He's a human sloth.
What is David Blaine? What would you call him? He's an
illusionist.
But what's the... they always called Chris Angel. Chris Angel like created some new
mind
genre.
freak.
Yeah, he's just lame as shit though.
No, I know, but like the name
performance artist is what I always thought of.
but it's a different word. I'm trying to think.
Close up magic.
Yeah, there's close up magic. There's sleight of hand. There's.
No, I know. Those are all.
I'm saying them out loud to try and think of. Where you're going. My favorite Chris Angel thing, because like when he had his TV show, there was a Halloween special where he took like a bunch of B-list actors to this haunted house and
played Clue with them.
They do like a seance and all of these things, and they're getting the commentary from all of the actors, and obviously Coolio was there, and they're talking about like,
and obviously Coolio was there.
They're talking about like. So what do you guys think? Do you believe? And they're like, there's just some stuff that you can't explain. And then it cuts to Chris Angel with like a dramatic, you, viewers, what do you think? Do you believe? And then real quick, just before the camera cuts out, he goes, because I don't. And then it cut. And I was like, I love that he did that.
Oh.
Because he had all of these actors and actresses saying like, yeah, for sure. And he was like, no, that was all bullshit.
I hated, he basically just did like gross shit. That's what always bothered me about him.
Yeah. Well, and like the whole
crazy stuff, dude.
Like making things behind a giant curtain disappear.
Yeah. Like you're the worst.
You have a giant curtain, guy.
Those like the street magic shit, like that special that David Blaine put up on
YouTube.
On Netflix actually.
Oh, is it on Netflix?
Yeah, there's like one that he does where like he has like cards, right? Classic move. He's got the cards. He's like, all right, grab your card, but fucking does a bunch of shit. And he's like, yeah, you got your card. Except David Blaine is more like, I have your card.
Yeah,
right
there you
here.
go.
And they're like, okay.
He's a human sloth.
Yeah, and he's like, all right, so since I have your card, I'm not gonna just pull it out. And they're like, okay. And he's like, just wait. And then he like throws the deck of cards at a window, and it like goes behind the window. The card does. Like
yeah, the one they picked is stuck to the inside of the window.
The inside of the window, and you're like, okay. You're really doing magic, aren't you, David?
I always like the one where he bites the quarter.
Yeah.
And then spits it back together.
It's insane.
The one where I like that he can stick a fucking ice pick through his arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you just train to do that.
I know, but that's the thing. Like when I listen to him talk about like the history of magic, he's like,
I meant like you literally, like you make your tendons move to the side so it doesn't.
Oh yeah. So he like.
You mean the history of magic performance art?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he will say like people
like
don't
Houdini.
understand like a lot of the tricks were not just tricks. Like these were things that people had to travel to the corners of the earth and meet some random guy who knows how to like spit fire. Like there's all of these like. So it wasn't necessarily magic; it was just oddities.
Right.
So it was bringing these oddities into this, like, really putting them under a microscope, and that's what was like perceived as magic. And so he loves the finding these crazy nuanced things and just learning how to do them.
Right.
And I love how he'll be like, no, but that's not magic. It's not magic. It's in my arm. It's not magic.
Yeah. It's not magic. It's is anyone else really tired? But yeah, you've seen the
The Mad TV sketch.
No. No. I haven't
Do you know
seen
what I'm talking about?
I'm pretty sure I have seen it.
The
It's just been
Prestige,
so
right?
long.
You've seen The Prestige? Have you
I
seen The
hate-
Prestige?
I've been meaning to see it, and like I'm just waiting for it to pop up on.
People
Netflix or
shit on
something.
that movie so much. It was so fucking good. I loved
The
it.
movie's fantastic.
People shit on a Nolan film.
Yeah, I know.
This was before he was Nolan.
Yeah.
This was the movie that made him Nolan.
Because wasn't
I
he?
think.
Wasn't that? Well, didn't he do? No.
Avatar.
Titanic? He did Titanic though.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Memento.
Yeah, he did Memento.
Oh, did no one like that?
I loved Memento, but
I
that
did.
was. But
You're-
that's
you're right, though.
I
That
think
is
that's
a
one
good-
of the. I think that's one of those. Like it I feel like okay, maybe Prestige is the wrong one to say. Like,
But I
Dark-
think it was. But I think it was like. I think that when you're saying it came up before Batman.
Yeah.
yeah, like in he used Memento. Who's the God damn it? What's his freaking name? Main character in Memento.
I was just trying to think of it without looking it up.
I always
I've
forget his
never
name.
seen Memento.
Oh my god, it's
It's a good one.
fantastic. It's
Yeah.
so good, dude.
I keep forgetting to watch it.
Ah, nice. Please, so good.
Tattoo it on you.
Yeah. It's like it's like Killian. No, it's not.
Memento is just 50 First Dates, right?
Yeah, similar.
Guy Pierce.
Guy Pearce. Yeah.
Gee.
Guy.
Guy Pearce. Yeah. But yeah,
Fine.
so he's not using like A-listers in Memento, you know?
Oh,
Like he's using A-listers in. I mean,
Carrie Ann Moss was in The Matrix like a year before.
So anyway, so yeah, he like I mean he does within the Prestige. It's like real A-listers, you know.
yeah.
But it's fantastic.
David fucking Bowie.
Yeah, David Bowie's in it. Hugh Jackman's in it. Christian Bale's
Master
in
Wayne.
it.
I always get it confused with another like magic movie that came out at the same time.
Yeah,
Oh.
which was dog shit. The one with Edward Norton.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What was that called?
The
Illusionist or
final
something?
actor. Maybe it was The Illusionist. Yeah. God, I hated that.
But yeah, the Prestige is it's so good. I don't even know where I was. Oh, that one was one of those like, obviously there's that crazy like Tesla element, you know,
Yeah.
to it. But like I feel like Nolan does a really good job of like respecting the fact that like these performers, especially back then, like the vaudeville-y sort of style, whatever
Yeah.
shit, like really they went through a lot like physically to like be able to put on these shows.
Yes.
You know? And like they suffered the consequences of like their failures, like
Yeah.
big time.
That's a
And-
really good point.
and that's part of why I loved it so much. Cause it's like that's one of those movies where like at the ending you're like, what? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get that it's not even like it's literally like it's like a depressing what at the very end. There's no like it's not a truly happy ending. Like it's
Inception?
yes, but like it's in Inception you get like that you get it there's a payoff. Like I know obviously the massive cliffhanger at the end where you're like
Yeah.
the question is unanswered, but you get like the emotional payoff of the of being reunited, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas like in the Prestige, like there is no emotional payoff. Like only if you seek like vengeance for one particular character is there emotional payoff. But like that character does a really good job throughout the whole fucking movie of making you not really like him that much. He's a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
So then but who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy? There's so many questions. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Is who plays the gal in it? Is it
Scarlett Johansson.
yeah, dude. Oh, and there's a couple scenes with Scarlett that she is just
Taking care of the kids.
yeah.
Is that what?
She's a rocket ship in that movie.
Dude, my
She plays a
favorite.
rocket ship? That's
Yeah.
She does.
odd.
My favorite like Scarlett Johansson moment of all of history is
Okay.
Iron Man 2.
It's actually Dose.
Iron Man Dos.
Yeah.
When Tony Stark is training in that boxing ring and he like says,
Okay.
"Come on in."
Yeah.
And then she comes into the ring and obviously is walking all what's it honey badger, honey dicking. You know the have you seen The Interview?
I was gonna watch it last night actually, and then I turned it off.
So honey dicking is using your looks to lure somebody in. Anyways, so she walks in like that, and Robert Downey Jr. goes, "What?" And she goes, "I didn't say anything." And then he just takes like a thirsty drink out of his water bottle. It's just, it had, like, it almost felt like that was ad-libbed, like it was improv. This, like, God, she's so hot right now.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's funny. I hated Iron Man 2. I only watched it like once or twice, and I was like, oh, this is bad. Objectively bad. Not as bad as Thor: The Dark World, but
yeah,
that movie could have never existed, and it would be just fine.
Yeah,
I mean, literally the only reason it needs to exist is because of the Reality Stone.
Yeah,
that's it. It's painful. Yeah. All right. Next entertainment topic is about to be a new Star Wars show, dude.
Oh yeah, the
Star
fucking
Wars Squadrons, dude. It's gonna be sick.
We watched it in my office, the trailer and the speaker that I have back there, the bass,
it's good. Yeah,
like
yeah. That was so. Growing up, my dad's always been like a cool tech with a purpose guy. You know, he's not like like in Hitch when Eva Mendes like walks into Will Smith's apartment or Hitch's apartment.
Yeah.
And she like grabs that thing that has like the lights and the music or whatever. And she's like, oh my God, is this? And she's like being a jerk on purpose. Why the fuck does he have that?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Useless technology.
Toys.
Right.
Right.
But it's like not a cool toy. Like it's like I have money toy, you know?
Yeah.
The robot from Rocky 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
They took that out of the remaster or whatever.
God, that's
but yes. So like my dad like he spent, money when we first moved into that house like 20 some years ago on putting like a subwoofer, like a big subwoofer in this little cabinet like beneath the TV.
Yeah.
So that like movies like Jurassic Park and Star Wars and whatever, you got that like bass, where like the floor would shake. And that was when I was a kid. That was the coolest shit ever. When we would turn on Star Wars and they'd turn the lights off, and everyone would be hunkered down under a blanket on the couch, and fucking the movie starts. There's no bass because it's all the fanfare of the trumpets, and then there's always like an Imperial fucking cruiser comes in, and you get the bass starts to ramp up because as the ship passes the camera. Yeah. You're getting closer to the propulsion, so it's like, and like you're feeling like, that was like the coolest shit ever. So I had that moment too when I watched the trailer because I had my headphones in.
Oh, perfect.
And it was like, I got like the whole range of sound, and I was so excited, dude. That whole, like when they're jumping to hyperspace and then he like, he does it and he's like, shit. Like, nice. You got the noise.
That was a weird one.
But that's so. This is like so Star Wars. Obviously, there's like all the comic books and all the actual books and all that shit. That has made Star Wars so amazing over time. But like one of the things that like really made Star Wars important to me, at least, was the video games that came out that were all like canon. I guess not all of them were canon. One of the really good games was not canon, but
what's the one with the twins, where one wears white and the other wears black, and they work for the Empire. They're Sith.
Trying to think,
they have
which
shaved
one that
heads, and one of them ends up killing the other one because he's like considering going to the light side, and the other one's like, "No,
it's
fucking
not Knights
don't."
of the Old Republic. It's is it Jedi?
There's this range of
Is it a newer game or not newer? No. But like it's not like
newish.
It's like a 2000s game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Jedi game.
Because there were 4 trailers that came out that highlighted 4 of the characters. One was this girl that got kidnapped, and her mom comes to save her, and it's already too late. Her daughter's been turned to the
Pretty
dark side.
confident it's the Jedi. I forget what that's one of like, I think that's the one game I haven't played.
It's kind of like an acronym that I can't. SWOTOR.
That's one I have not played.
But the trailers for that are on another level. They're
Yeah.
so good.
So like KOTOR is like arguably one of the greatest video games of all time. Knights of the Old Republic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they're making Project. So the new Star Wars venture that they're doing, it's called Project Illusion or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Okay.
But they're literally writing new canon, but like 300 years earlier.
Oh.
So like what we're gonna get from movies, they're thinking they're gonna do another like saga of movies for Star Wars, and these new movies are gonna be. This is pre-Empire, and
Okay.
it's purely like Sith versus Jedi, and like the Sith were like Darth Revan, and like some of the most powerful like Sith Lords ever. But there's like multiple Sith Lords at a time, and then there's like some of the most powerful Jedi ever, and it's going to be incredible. It's going to be so fucking cool, but. This Star Wars Squadrons, it kind of, like it's kind of an homage for me. Like it reminds me of the game Rogue Squadron, which was like such a fucking incredible game. Like it was one of those like where, you just got, for me, I just got like all the feels back from like just being a child and playing this game and like just so happy, But it's gonna be like it's a leg into a completely different stream of Star Wars, which is like why I'm so excited about it. Because I got to be honest with you, it becomes the Palpatine storyline by the 9th fucking movie, but like kind of done with it. I'll watch them again, probably 75 more times each,
Yeah.
But like we need something new, which is why Mandalorian is so exciting.
So I'm trying to figure out how long after is Mandalorian supposed to be after like the fall of the Empire and all that shit?
I think what I read is it is
because it's supposed to be like a long fucking time, right?
Yeah, so it's like
5 years after.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah,
it's 5 years after the fall of the Empire and Return of the Jedi.
Oh.
Right. So it's 5 years after episode 6. But that's like the window of time. I believe. I might be wrong about that.
The First Order?
That's
Are you thinking of the First Order?
No, that's with the lead into like the First Order stuff, but there's like a whole Mandalorian like uprising sort of thing that happens, which obviously is Mandalorian, but it's like not on Mandalore, and I'm trying to think of it. It's like an additional war that happens.
Because when she says there's legend of a secret race of sorcerers, that went to war with the Mandos, that threw my. Because I thought I knew when the timeline was, and then I was like, wait, when the fuck is this? So, like, there was a period where people thought that Jedi were, like, extinct?
Well, yeah. I mean, because Obi-Wan's in hiding. He's like
so that's what I was trying to figure out.
He's the last Jedi.
Okay. And that's what I couldn't figure out was, are they saying that this is...
the last trained Jedi, I should say. Because, like, there's still Force wheelers all over the galaxy. Like, they didn't eliminate them. They just like there's nobody else who's had like formal Jedi training, which takes decades.
That little braid.
Right, yeah. That was so good. Oh, that's a real Star Wars nerd fact right there.
Nothing compares to the Google searches I'm getting trying to find out this shit. I got some. It's like another language.
Yeah.
Can I read this real quick?
Sure.
The Mandalorian Civil War broke out on Mandalore in the year 2 BBY. Following the uprising of Clan Wren against the Imperial-backed government of Mandalore led by Clan Saxon.
Right.
BBY,
did you ever watch
Booty Yodas?
No. Actually, yes, but that's a different.
All right.
Did you ever watch Star Wars Rebels?
That's the animated show?
Yeah.
I never saw it. I just saw the boxes. I didn't really.
You should watch it. You get a full explanation of all the Mandalorian.
Oh, I'm sure. Like, there's explanations. It's just like,
Oh, yeah. Like
I'm trying
that's-
to find out, like, oh, what's the Mandalore uprising? And I
Right.
Google it and I get just like,
Right.
whoo.
Yeah. Yeah. You get the whole.
A
And that's like, I've
glossary
spent
and like,
hours
man.
like on Wikipedia, like reading about.
Oh,
That wasn't half bad. It
I was
wasn't
into
great.
it's usually way better.
Yeah.
Take two.
There's one of them that sounds like that.
It's your. You got to cup your mouth. That's the best way to do it. I
Like my
haven't-
throat's
I haven't done
dry.
it in a long time.
Fix it in post.
I haven't done it in forever. I don't have.
Did you learn like from the behind the scenes?
Well, like you're doing the noise right. It's just you need the you need the echo of the hands.
Wait.
It's like someone yawned while they were trying to make machine gun noises.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Wow.
exactly what it is, actually.
Mara, you're batting fucking
1,000.
yeah.
Right now.
Jesus Christ.
So Squadrons, I think, is going to be an awesome like foray into a completely untouched realm. You know?
Can I ask you, did you play you're talking about the Nintendo 64 game?
Rogue Squadron.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah, it's super good.
Hell yeah. They put the
Shat-
Naboo fighter in there, even though
Yeah.
the movie just came out.
Right.
Like, it
Holy
just
shit.
came out and they had it. It was like a secret ship you could
Right.
get in there.
So sick.
Wonderful game.
Yeah, that was one of those like you had to unlock. I'm pretty sure with like a Game Shark or a code.
Yeah.
You had to like read on the inside of a fucking
I was always into
Lucky Charms box. or something.
the Battle of Hoth
Yeah.
and the snow speeders and the harpoons and tow
Yeah.
cables. That's like
Well,
one
'cause
of
that's-
my favorite
when you're a
scenes.
kid, like you don't have the wherewithal to be like, oh, you gotta do like the movie. You know? Like I was such an idiot back then. So I would just like try I would always get stuck doing that the Hoth stuff because like I would either like not pay attention and like learn how to actually shoot the cable, you know? So then I would just like try to shoot down with a fucking speeder these
That's funny.
AT-ATs.
You're trying
you
the
know?
exact same thing that they did in the movie and you had to like learn.
Yeah, I was like
Just like them.
I was like, oh,
That's right.
you gotta fucking cable the legs. Duh.
Sha.
Yeah, and then it would be like I would be flying. It'd be like 20 minutes of me like flying around.
That's funny. Now
more
that you
intuitive.
say that, I remember playing that game too now.
It's a great game.
Now,
I had to play
like
it
that
on-
exact.
Yeah,
I played the primitive ass Nintendo Empire Strikes Back. That's a little more esoteric than
Holy
the
shit.
I don't think
Nintendo
I ever
64
played that.
version.
Dude, have you been watching High Score on Netflix?
I watched it all.
I love.
It's so good.
Holy fuck! If you are into gaming as much as we obviously are, fucking watch High Score on Netflix. It gives the history of video games basically, and it's
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty good. I'm not.
dude, it's mind blowing. Like you would never.
So it's that good.
Yeah,
Okay, all
It's
right.
very good.
Okay, I'll check it out.
I don't
then.
watch things very often, but I crushed that.
Okay, I'll check it out then. Your wife is texting me.
Oh,
Actually, speaking of, not the wife.
I just realized I don't have my phone on me.
I'll get it. I actually did start watching a show. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Which one?
It's called Inside Number 9.
No.
It's a British show.
Okay.
So, I thought you'd love it was British.
I fucking hate lemons.
That's true. It's very like anti-lemon show though. They don't like lemons at all.
Oh, well, back on.
Anyway,
On.
actually, so YouTube redeemed itself because I was talking a few weeks ago how about it recommended me something depressing.
Yeah.
This time I got a video essay about Black Mirror and
Okay.
how it lost its edge, and it baited me with the title like "Who Took Its Place?" And I'm like, well, now I have to watch this video essay, and it was this show called Inside Number 9, and it's similar in that each episode is its own standalone.
Okay.
Like story, universe, characters. They use the same people a lot of the time, and it's like the first episode takes place not only in just like one room. It's like inside of a wardrobe, because they're playing this weird game of like hide and seek.
Oh.
The ending of the episode gave me chills. Like, it was so good.
Okay.
Like, really well written.
I'm into
I
it.
feel like an asshole right now.
What'd you say it's called?
Inside number
Number
9.
Nine.
Inside Number 9.
It's on Hulu.
I don't like Black Mirror.
I also don't like Black Mirror.
Oh, that's fine. That's what the video was about.
Hey, are you fucking sick of Black Mirror?
Yeah,
no,
that's
like it's not
ever?
like no. I've
Oh, you didn't like any of it?
no.
Oh,
Did you see the Star Trek one?
I don't like the dystopian angle of stuff
sure.
because it is so anxiety inducing for me.
Oh my!
That's so funny. I'm the same way.
We're on the same page here.
Yeah.
I've had a hard time watching Black Mirror because of how much anxiety I start to feel.
Yeah.
For like, and it's like you mentioned the Star Trek one.
Yeah.
I've never felt so bad for, and they're AI, but
Yeah.
they're so like, oh,
Well, it's like there's the
It's
the
hard- it
one
is hard to
episode of
watch.
Black Mirror that I've watched, and actually this is probably the worst one to watch given my aversion to like those sorts of things
Jews?
because of their is the social score one.
Oh,
That where you like I
that was like the first one that people were freaking out about.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. It's like the Netflix version of the show.
yeah, so like somebody like told me like, dude, you got to watch this, it's insane. And then I watched it and I was like, that was insane. In a really bad way. And I'm fucking terrified because this is actually happening in China right now. And it's going to happen in the United States. And then we're going to put barcodes in our butt cheeks. And then everyone's going to... And it's just like, that's what happens. I
My
spiral
favorite
so
was
hard.
the where they were all riding the exercise bikes for like, I'm guessing they're generating power, and then they in order to like try and move up the ladder, they try to like be talented on this like so you want to be a star or whatever show.
Oh, okay.
Did you ever see that episode?
I've only watched.
If you're gonna watch any, like, that's my favorite Black Mirror episode.
Okay.
And that's part of like the original series before it got picked
Before
up
it
by
was
Netflix.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
And then there's one.
I'll check it out.
There's like a Christmas special that was really good. But
That's such a funny concept.
it is
The Black Mirror Christmas special.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the Star Wars Christmas special. Have you ever put yourself through that misery?
No.
It's wonderful.
It is. It has been rated, and this is before critics were like had a different kind of agenda. You know,
oh,
before they
sure.
were pushing an agenda where they were like, "This is really
Before
bad
like
because of-"
Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it was rated the worst thing to ever air on television, and the only reason it exists at all is because George Lucas signed off on it, but he had no part in creating it, and like fucking Mark Hamill's in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he plays Luke in it, but he's only in it for like 2 seconds, and it like starts in the beginning. Chewbacca like is lost and is not coming home. He like, can't come home, and it's like in Chewbacca's house on Kashyyyk with like his wife and his baby. There's like a 10-minute is it 10 or 15 minutes? I think people have like chunked or cut it up to like, I'm pretty sure it's 15 minutes in the beginning where it's like just Wookiees talking. There's no like,
That's awesome.
and I don't know that there's subtitles. I'm pretty sure it's just like you're just like trying to gauge the emotional state of these
Soofda.
Wookiees just through like.
I started watching Pokemon Journeys
My
last night.
cutie.
Oh my god!
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's horrifying. It is an abomination in the
Do you
best
think the
possible
guy
way.
who
There's a whole stretch of the movie that's cartoon. Like it's just like because they couldn't get Harrison Ford to go there to film, so they literally did cartoon voiceover. It's so fucking bad, but it's so good. I lost a bet. and
my
had to watch it.
favorite Christmas special ever is did you ever see the He-Man Christmas special?
No.
Holy fuck, it's hilarious. That's where like the meme of Skeletor going, "I'm not nice. I hate," and like the where
Skeletor had the best voice.
yeah, so like these two kids like convince him to give presents, and it's so fucking funny.
That is super funny.
What is this?
From that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Holy shit.
Yeah, there's like a whole stretch where like it's just all cartoon.
I like how Hans looks like Jay Leno.
Dude, it's so bad. But it's so good because it's so bad. It's like it's laughably horrible. Yeah.
I love shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that He-Man one is one just like that.
Okay.
Because it's
I'll check that out.
Look at Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Gnarly.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're funny.
Did you send the trailer for Mandalorian, or did I see it somewhere?
I think I put it in, or maybe I tagged you in it.
Yeah.
Because I put it on there.
That's what it was.
The
You
dude
tagged me on it.
absolutely
Yeah.
page.
Yeah. Dude. I wanted to type, I'm not hard, you're hard. But, because like everyone does the I'm not crying, you're crying, you know? But I just felt like that would be bad on Facebook.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
I would have loved it.
I know you would have. But that's why I wanted to tell you in person, because it means more to me to make you hard.
Not hard, you're hard.
Yeah.
I'm going to start saying that.
Yeah, it's better than crying.
Yeah.
It's better. Because it's like it accomplishes the exact same thing.
I would say objectively being hard is better than crying.
I don't agree.
Well,
I
if
feel
you're
like-
hard when you should be crying, like if you're hard at a funeral, then for sure.
That was great. I feel like circumstances like that, like there's way more times where being hard is less appropriate than there is, or is inappropriate than there is.
But at least you can hide being hard. You can't hide crying.
Can you
That's
hide,
why the whole I'm not
can
crying,
you-
you're crying
can
thing
you
happens.
hide a corn on the cob in your sweatpants, Chris? That's what I'm dealing with over here.
No, but I can hide a Tootsie Roll pretty easy.
Yeah.
In your butt. Boom!
Nice. No, I don't know.
So all that to say, there are so many exciting things happening.
Yeah,
We're
dude.
all just so fucking excited for it.
The world is kind of in.
Still ending.
You know how funny is that too? By the way,
The world
it's
is
not
ending.
funny. It's not funny, but it's like objectively, like I think, like there's a cynical level of humor that
Yeah.
can be easily blanketed over the whole fact that like the world is in complete anguish right now in many aspects, I think, and still companies are like, but dude, new Star Wars is coming out, so it's gonna be sick.
Did you ever see Will Ferrell? He's only done it a couple of times, but he has this had this character on SNL, a guy who has voice modulation.
Numerous prominent Americans suffer from this debilitating disease, Tina, including the guy who played Raj on What's Happening and tennis great Pete Sampras.
There's a guy that I work with who I swear has that, because every time he goes on lunch break, he very loudly is talking about all of the things that I hate. This is the guy that showed me a photo of, showed me a meme that I thought I would like.
Or that he thought you would like.
He thought that
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah. Which was police have replaced their sirens with the national anthem, so criminals will take a knee and they can apprehend them faster. So he shows me that.
You know, basically calling all black people criminals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Super cool.
That's a pretty good joke, actually.
So he shows me that.
Objectively funny joke. Absolutely nothing wrong with that joke.
So he shows me that, right?
What a fucking moron.
And while looking at it, this is actually what I said to him. I said, "Do you know who I am?" And he goes, I was like, "Do you know me?" And he was like, "Well, I guess." I was like, "What about that made you think that I would think that's funny?" Right? I have a ponytail. I have cartoon tattoos. And he was like, I just thought you liked memes. I was like,
that's not a meme.
I was like, all right, bud. And then I just
That
turned
is a
around.
racist joke disguised as a meme.
And then later on in
Nice
the day,
job, Tony.
later on in the day, he sees me and he yells, I guess I don't really know you. Like, not in a way that where he was like, I guess I don't know you. He just was like, I'm just now realizing I guess I don't. Yeah, you don't, bro.
I have like so many customers that are they just think I'm going to be down with whatever racist thing they're going to say.
Yeah,
like, they
which
just say it,
again,
and I'm like,
I don't.
You know what? I think part of that comes from people assume that because everything they consume is like of that whatever, that everyone. I mean, there are people dumb enough that just believe that everyone thinks
Yeah.
And so I don't think it's the way either of you look. I think it's literally people are just that fucking stupid.
Yeah, that ignorant to it. I would think that people are constantly asking to buy weed off of you.
You know, I get really paranoid because I'll have a lot of customers that come and they reek of it and then they leave. And I'm like, oh, people are going to think that's me for sure. Or even if we're just standing next to each other.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this looks like me. This for sure looks like me.
That's funny.
It smells like what I look like right now.
Yeah. I'm like, can you please leave? Like, this is incriminating. You look very not suspicious.
Just get some Ozium and spray it all over your body.
Some patchouli.
Do you remember-
That's probably
I was
worse.
going to say patchouli.
Remember Ozium?
Dude, remember that fucking janitor?
I'm so happy you said that.
This
Yes.
dude smelled like patchouli, body sweat, and black pepper. It was awful.
I would walk into electronics.
Yeah.
I would smell it, and I'd be like, "Oh, he's here." Like I wouldn't see him at all.
Oh my God.
It would just hang.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, it was awful. Have you heard of Fed Smoker?
No.
Have you heard of Fed Smoker?
That sounds
Homework for the both of you. Look into that guy, and then it's basically that's who this guy was.
Okay. All right.
Fuck.
So, like I said, I've been watching a lot of H3H3.
Oh yeah.
A lot of H3H3. I'm in that stage of life where you find out about something too late. Jim Gaffigan, I think, has a great joke about that, where you see something too late, but it's something great, and so you like consume all of it, and then you're like, "Fuck, who do I talk about this with?" You know?
Yeah.
Because everyone's gonna think I'm an idiot.
Right.
Like where I think, what did he say in this joke? Oh no, Hannibal Buress does it too, but he's like his dad or something like got HBO, and he's like, "Hannibal, have you seen The Wire?" He's like, "Yeah, like 13 years ago." And his dad's like, "That show's amazing." He's like, "Yeah, Dad, I know." Jim Gaffigan says it with Heat. He's like, "Hey, I just saw Heat. Heat, that came out 13 years ago. Yeah, but I want to talk about it now." But like, so I left this up. Oh shit, I closed my YouTube. It's going to take fucking forever to load, so maybe not. But
that's interesting though, because the culture now is the way to get out of that is to say, "I just started watching." And people are excited that you're now watching it.
Oh,
people
okay,
don't
yeah.
make fun of it anymore. They're like, dude, you're gonna fucking love. Like when you brought up the fact that you're watching Scrubs now,
yeah,
we
that
both
was
were like,
right,
fuck yeah,
yeah. But you guys are like nice people, you know.
Well, but
like
I feel like that in general.
I know, but like my whole life, I was exposed to just like the shitty people that would treat you like shit for not knowing things, you know.
Yeah, they bring you down to the shit room.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, I've been watching so many videos of him, but I swear to you that. Like I've never, I feel like it's so memed, like this particular thing, that like, I literally feel like I've been like living under a rock that I haven't known about this particular thing he does. But when he does the cough, dude, it is like still, I've watched hundreds of his videos, still gets me every time.
Justin Roiland, whenever Justin Roiland is on there,
Yeah.
I watch it.
Because
He does Christmas specials.
Yeah, dude, that's I mean it's. Yeah, when he did that Joey Salads reaction video, the one where he's like, Joey Salads like did that. It was literally so stupid. God, this guy's a fucking idiot. But he did that prank, which isn't a prank. It's not a prank, but he would call it a prank. Where he literally would like he made a Black Lives Matter sign and he made an All Lives Matter sign.
Okay.
And then like. Before the video, he's like, "I'm going to go to a white neighborhood with the Black Lives Matter sign and see how people react. And then I'm going to go to a black neighborhood with an All Lives Matter sign and see how people react." And like, he like shows his hand like the whole time. Like he's like, when he starts in the white neighborhood with the Black Lives Matter sign, and he's like baiting people.
Yeah.
He's like, "What do you think of this sign?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's fine." He's like, "But like, I mean, you think Black Lives Matter?" And the person's like, "Yeah, I do. I everybody matters." And he's like, "So like you think everyone matters?" And they're like, "Yeah." He's like, "You would say like all lives matter?" They're like, "Yep, all lives matter, man." And then he's like, So it seems like the white neighborhood's pretty chill about the Black Lives Matter thing. Just saying. And then he like goes to the black neighborhood, and I mean it's clearly like he paid these people to get pissed at him. There's actually a moment, and Ethan like points this out in the video, but there's like a moment where a lady and her daughter like walk behind the confrontation that's happening, and he's got the All Lives Matter sign, and there's like the guy is like freaking out, and Ethan's like, oh, there's the only genuine reaction you get in the entire video, and it's just a lady just not paying attention, like doesn't give a fuck, you know. But so he like pays these dudes to like freak out at him over the All Lives Matter sign, and then like Ethan is like, meanwhile he's like eating a salad while he's like doing the commentary of this video, and he like keeps saying like Joey Salads isn't the salad, like he's the dressing. And so he like pours like a shitload of ranch in his bowl. It literally just looks like ranch with lettuce in it. Like there's so much ranch, and he's like doing the cough. He's like doing the cough while he's eating the salad. I was heave crying. It is so good.
Yeah.
But he's like, why am I still eating this? It's so funny. I don't know. And like Isla is like such a breath of fresh air. His wife, Isla.
Yeah.
Well, you just kind of looked at me like you didn't know what I was talking about.
I was gonna do an impression, but then
you were gonna go, yeah.
It's just like that. I don't think we know him very well, but it's like I shot people in Israel.
That's a really good impression.
Thanks.
It is kind of dark, but it's really good.
Yeah, well, she was in the war.
Yeah, she was.
She's in the IDF.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's how they met.
Nope.
I saw this like really big guy. He looked old for his face, and I was like, okay. You want
I
to
want to live
watch
in America.
me
Do you want to
shoot a gun?
Did they meet at the Holocaust Museum?
Maybe I'm getting my stories mixed up.
Well, so like I don't know. Anyway, like I love his take on a lot of things, but
did you see his reaction to Dalia?
No, what did he say?
It's really funny because he's trying to be sincere, and with everything that he says, he's like, he's a good guy, you know. He gave us gifts, and then she'll chime in, he got us one gift. and then he'll be like, you know, and he would we this and that, and she'd be like, we only hung out with them the one time. And he's like, that's true. So like with everything that he was like trying to make it seem like they were tighter than they were, which Dalia loves those guys, don't get me wrong, but it was just funny for her to be like, no, he's been to the house one time.
Well, they're in New York, right? Or are they out in Los Angeles now?
I don't know, actually. I mean, they were in LA for a long time.
I think they were in New York for a long time.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like the podcast, they moved to LA.
Yeah.
So
Are they still in Los Angeles?
They're in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And I guess there's like I was looking it up. There's a conscription in Israel. So 18 years old, IDF.
Ah.
Oh.
Okay.
There you go.
Very cool.
That's what I thought. I wasn't sure though.
Yeah. Yeah, you mean he was or he's I don't know, dude.
He's just so goofy. Him on Tiger Belly is also very funny.
Well, it's so cool that he's like friends with all these people. Like all these like amazing creators, creative, intelligent comics and writers and all this shit. I mean, it's like he built that by just being silly on YouTube.
Holy shit. I've never thought about it that way, but you're absolutely right.
You
People
know?
just enjoyed the silliness, which is really funny because comics are
like, and it was like the raw silliness
when they're not on stage are seemingly like
less
cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
They're like the cool kids or whatever, but they just fucking love silliness.
Right.
They love shenanigans.
And that's like he's literally just a silly guy, but he like he doesn't shy away from. There's a fruit fly that I killed.
Holy shit!
By swatting it.
I saw that.
Yeah. So he's like he doesn't shy away from like having an actual opinion about something, but like still makes it lighthearted enough that it's consumable.
Yeah.
It's like he's like the first person to do that. I feel like on YouTube, you know, the first person that like that.
I mean, Bobby Lee was doing it.
Yeah, but not like that.
What do you mean, though?
I don't mean his podcast.
Oh, you're talking about just
Like
genuine.
he just did all the commentary videos, and
I got
he's done so much for his for people on YouTube. Like
yeah.
all the lawsuits and stuff that he's like just battled it out and won them like for fair use and all that shit. Like the guy's a powerhouse, you know?
Yeah.
And he's inspiring. And like I feel like such a dweeb for having not, you know what I mean? Like
That's
really,
the fun thing about the fact that these archives are so readily available to us now.
Well, he has a playlist literally that's called Every Video I've Ever Made in Chronological Order.
Because he has OCD. So he does shit like that.
So he's got all 356 videos he's ever made. So you can just start at the top. Should we do some
brought to you bass?
Yeah.
Let's get it going. You want me to go first?
Sure. It's right there.
Okay.
Might as well.
Ooh. I didn't know you put one in, Mara.
Slippery
Always.
cactus.
You're a sneaky. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Bo's Hose Brothel. Use coupon code BOZHOSE for show to receive unspeakable acts. To receive unspeakable acts will bring shame to your family. Oh, wait. Am I reading this wrong? I think this is the first time I finally read one wrong. Bo's Hose Faux Show to receive unspeakable acts. You forgot to put that. That will bring shame to your family.
My bad. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for telling her she's wrong.
Sorry.
You fucking asshole.
It is very funny, though. Bo's Hose Brothel. I love that.
That's the first, like, misread we've had.
Yep.
How do you feel?
Not great.
Yeah. Good job. I got your back, Mara. Good God. Like, find a smaller font if you can. Jesus.
Well, I got to make sure that nobody can see what I'm
This
writing.
one's really funny, Chris. Good job, dude. Oh, man. That's funny as shit. I'm so happy. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by using the flashlight on your phone to look for your phone. That's really good, dude. Good job, man. Fuck.
Thank you.
That's really funny.
Right?
I've done that so many times. Where the fuck is my phone?
Yeah.
It's the same. I mean, it's like you're on the phone. You know, where the fuck is my... I've done it with my glasses before.
I've been on the
I've done
phone
that, yeah.
with Kim and been like, I'm almost late for work. And I'm like, I got to go. I got to find my phone. And she's like, you're on it. Yeah, I love shit like that.
You're like on it, dude? Fucking alpha brain?
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by RBF, a.k.a. Resting Blitzed Face. Why do you always look so high?
That's funny.
I want to change it.
That's the... What's this called? The Stein of Truth? Is that what we call it?
Yeah, Stein of Truth.
Speaking of Stein of Truth, I watched Beer Fest last week for the first time.
I just had a spike of paranoia that none of the channels
Yeah, I
were
know.
armed.
I know.
Woo!
So I just watched Beer Fest for the first time last week.
Really?
Yeah. It was so funny. And then
Broken Lizard Man.
And then last night I watched Club Dread for the first time. It is so funny.
Putman makes his move.
What?
The guy with the dreads.
Yeah.
When
Is that a line
he's
that
having
he-
a nightmare.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That dude, I thought
Clench
that,
your asshole before you jump into the water.
Yeah. So good. I thought it was
That's where I always say play Margaritaville.
Oh, that
Play
makes
Margaritaville.
It's so funny.
I believe you mean Pina Colada Burger.
Dude, that's another. That's so. I'd never even heard of that. And then it's on Hulu, so I watched it last night. I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Very funny. Oh God.
Oh, did you get the one?
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Andrew Witzel's Fromunda Cheese. There's no crap under these flaps, just perfectly aged, free-range joy from our boy, Andrew. Use coupon code Fromunda to get yourself 50% off Andrew Witzel's Fromunda Cheese.
Pairs
Also-
well with Witzel's Pretzels.
Fuck off.
Sorry.
That's what I was going to say.
Is that what you were going to
Yeah,
say?
you just fucking stepped all
That's
over.
funny. Sorry, I did steal it. I
That's
can't
a-
believe that we thought the same thing.
You can't believe that
That's true.
we've spent hundreds of hours together making jokes. Can't believe it, though. You fucking moron. Love you, but also
I did. I
hate ya.
stole your thunder.
God.
Call me Zeus because I'm stealing thunder.
I will say, though, that's the first time. A lot of firsts here. Neither of us have ever stepped on somebody's joke that hard during.
That's a
during
good
this.
point. I did do that.
And you stomped on
I
that
think it's
thing.
because I threw off the group. I should have just went with it. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Conan O'Brien's Wavy Hair Care Product for gingers. You may not have a soul, but look at that fucking hair.
Every one of these is sounds like the guy they have like in the production room for like live studio audience shows announcing the host.
Ah,
Your host, Rachel Ray. All right. so dumb. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Chris Duke's Dingleberry Removal Service. Bend over and say, "Oh, no more dingleberries."
I figured if I wrote the Andrew one, I gotta.
Yeah. To remove your dingleberries, simply buy our dingleberry razor. It's not only is it a clippers, it also has a scooper. So,
But wait, there's more.
So you don't shave those dingleberries out of your floor and then have to mop up afterwards. It's got a catch in it. Is that the last one?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by koala bears catcalling at men who wear short shorts from their eucalyptus branches. Get a load of those kikes. Because, you know, they're always eating eucalyptus leaves.
Yeah. Did I do the koalas joke?
I don't know. It's
don't know
not
if
ringing
I've-
any bells.
Okay.
I actually learned a lot about eucalyptus trees today.
Really?
They're surprisingly flammable.
Very. Very. And also poisonous.
Yes.
So koalas are just like, don't mess with them. Or eating poison.
Yeah. Koalas are... So this is like kind of the koala joke, basically just the gist of it. This isn't the premise I'm bringing for today, but koalas are like so dumb that they only eat eucalyptus, which is like horrible for them, you know, but that's like all they eat. But they literally will not eat anything else. So koalas will literally starve to death because they don't eat. They're like ranked as like one of the dumbest animals on earth.
That's hilarious. I didn't
Just
know
like
that.
flamingos will literally drown themselves when they're drinking from.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because they put their whole beak in the water and then they
my
literally
God.
suck water into their bird lungs because they're fucking stupid pink birds. But koalas will literally starve to death because they just won't eat any other plants. They live in the fucking jungle.
They're just like,
So
this
many
tree
plants.
doesn't have it, so
Right.
we're going to die.
Yeah. So they literally starve to death because they don't eat eucalyptus.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that ridiculous?
That's really funny.
I mean, you got to be a next level stupid. You're a fucking asshole for this one.
Okay.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by pterodactyl-induced psychosis brought on by prolonged pneumonia. You fucked me up. I mean, I know that was the objective.
Come on, that's fun.
Yeah, it's fun, but fuck you, dude.
You
Sure,
try to do that
fuck
all
you.
the time.
Go fuck yourself, dude. No, it's pretty good, actually.
I'm going to put that in the notes.
Pterodactyl-induced psychosis brought on by prolonged pneumonia.
Wait, use promo code. The P is silent. Get it? Because you don't hear anything because all the P's are silent.
So you should have said use Romo code.
I should have said Romo code.
Yeah. Use Tony Romo code.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Alex Petra's Scented Mustache Wax. Tired of getting flack for your wax stash? Then flop a dollop of Virginia tobacco or pineapple depression and make a good first impression. That was really good. Thanks.
That's funny. And that's actually a really interesting idea for a product. Scented wax for your mustache.
Scented wax for your mustache.
It's like, why just put regular ass wax in there?
You know what I hate? I hate going into the bathroom after someone has dropped a hot load and just ruins the whole. I'm trying to scroll through Instagram while I'm taking a piss.
Yeah.
And it reeks. It would be dope to sprinkle some
in
wax.
that line of thought. You ever gamble on which stall was the one that somebody left the bomb in?
Yeah.
Or dropped the bomb in, I should say. And then you like sit down and you realize like, oh, seat's warm and smells extra bad in this one. They definitely just shit here, but like the poop's already coming out, so you're like, I can't fucking leave now.
Yeah.
And then you just like you're like, that was your one moment to like reset your brain, go on your phone a little bit, and now you just like are doing that mostly vomit style.
Yeah.
The warm toilet seat is so conflicting.
It is.
So you're like, it's nice that it's warm, but it's because someone else's butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not good.
So, should we do some premises?
Let's do it.
All right. I got a pretty good one this week, I think.
It's Pikachu!
It's the very
Last weekend, I was like really battling some anxiety. I don't know why. I just get anxious. You know how it is. I mean, it's kind of it's how it works for...
This is America.
Yeah. So, I've learned like my anxiety manifests itself it's the same thing every time. But often the like symptoms of the anxiety itself, like of the manifestation of it, vary widely. So I really have to like be on my toes to be kind of prepared for any sort of like reaction physically to the symptoms I'm experiencing mentally, which is a very weird thing to like have to deal with, you know, because like given the circumstances, like I don't really know if I'm ever in an okay place to be like subject to anxiety, you know, like if I'm at the bar and like I get what I feel like I'm having heart palpitations or whatever, it's okay. I can go sit down at a booth or something, chill out. It's all good.
Yeah.
But the other day I had like a really bad, anxious, panicky episode in the morning. And I'm not really sure what brought it on. I think I had some congestion, so that was kind of affecting my breathing, which then, like, in turn, it just kind of, like, all the stuff fell down. So I like, all right, solution, eat some food, drink some coffee, drink some water. So that's what I did. And I was, like, eating this pizza that I made.
Wait.
Yeah.
Pizza and coffee?
No, like I made coffee, drank some coffee,
Oh, okay.
and then like 40 minutes later made pizza.
Okay.
So I'm like eating the pizza, and I'm like, man, I was still feeling anxious, not really liking this, whatever. And so I like went into the bathroom to go to the bathroom because I thought maybe I had to go to the bathroom, and I just had this like horrifying diarrhea, like you know, anxiety diarrhea, right?
Dude, that line though, I went into the bathroom to go to the bathroom because I thought I had to go to the bathroom.
yeah. So I went in there, but it was like you know when you like there's like the big Gatorade jug and they like just filled it. Right? So there's like that pressure behind the nozzle thing.
Yeah.
And then you like hold your water bottle underneath and you push the button and you're like, "Whoa." My bottle's already full, you know? And you're like, that's 32 ounces. That's what happened, like straight liquid poop. It was horrifying. Literally, like I sat down and it was just like, and then like I stood up and like, you know, like legs like shaking, you know? And I like wiped and I like turned around and it was just like the bowl was like full of this like shit water. And I was like, whoa, dude, like that's not okay. So like I flushed and I went and sat down on the couch and I was like, I don't feel better. So I like went in the bathroom thinking like, oh, I'm going to have to shit again, you know? But then all of a sudden I started like lurching. So like then I flipped the seat up and I put my face into this swampy stank juice butt, you know, that I just created in there 3 seconds ago and just started like aggressively vomiting into this toilet, right? But it was like freshly chewed doughy pizza, so it wasn't coming out like wet throw up. It was coming out like in glops into the bowl to the point where like I would throw up and it would like sit on the non-water part of the bowl. So it just like It was like when your ice cream hits the sidewalk, and I was like, oh God. So then I flush, right? And it's like barely making its way down the toilet. I was like, this is not good. Like I've had this with a turd before, never with vomit, you know? So like it finally goes down, and I'm like, Jesus. So I go to brush my teeth, and I start brushing my teeth. And there's a knock on the door. And I'm like, not a great time, you know? And it's my mom. And she brought our dog with. And Caitlin's gone. And I forgot that I told my mom to come over on her way home from my grandparents' house. So I was like, sorry, Mom, I just threw up. And I'm like brushing my teeth and she's like, oh God, are you okay? And I was like, I'm going to go throw up again. So literally like pull the toothbrush out of my mouth, put it in the sink, go throw up with toothpaste and shit in my mouth, which is sensation-wise the weirdest fucking thing I've ever experienced in my life. It was literally like it tasted clean vomit. Horrible, right? So then I flush, go back, brush my teeth. Right? I'm brushing my teeth again. And then all of a sudden, and I was like, what in the hell? So I go sit down, shit water again. This is literally in a 20-minute span because I was anxious. I shit water and puked poop. Twice.
Wait, when the fuck did this happen?
Like last Saturday.
Oh my God.
Yes.
You are a mess.
Yeah, it was horrifying. I thought I was going to choke on the shit coming out of my throat because it wasn't. It's literally that's the best way to explain. I like literally shit vomit and puked poop.
God, that's funny.
Did you just not chew, or did it like reassemble in your stomach?
No, I just didn't have any liquid in my stomach because like I drank the coffee and then like I didn't have any water because I don't like to drink while I'm eating. So I don't like to fill myself up on liquid because I'm a fat person.
Interesting.
In my heart of hearts, I'm a fat person.
Sure.
So I don't want to fill up on the beverage.
In your clogged heart of hearts.
Yeah. So I just had this like really doughy glob of vomit. It was fucking gross. So sorry for the grossest story ever, but it just
very funny. I love it. This is the right person to tell this.
Yeah, I know, and which is why I don't think I'll ever do that one on stage because it's so nasty.
Oh, really?
There's just so many people in the audience that would just be like, ah.
There's ways to cut out some fat. Obviously, you're sussing it out still.
Yeah,
but you do that so well. Where you tell a story, and you have the thing that like puts the cherry on top. Like the joke that I always think of that is your most underrated joke. I mean, it's a bit, right? Bits are longer. Is the top 10 list thing.
Oh,
when you make fun of top 10 lists, and then the way that you end that joke and walk off stage, it's one of my favorite fucking jokes, dude. And I feel like it never got the love that it deserved.
I do love that joke a lot.
Because there's two very funny stories
Have you seen
that you
that
tell
joke?
in that.
Refresher.
So it's my list of the top 5 worst things of all time, and so I like open it talking about like they're very simple things in the beginning. So
well, the preface is how like the lists are like the worst thing.
Well,
or the dumbest thing. I
when
forget how you word it.
It's when you don't do like so I'll get that part. But so like the first thing is, or it's number 5 on the list is, when you throw up while you're brushing your teeth. Because, like, that happens to almost no one, but it happens to me all the fucking time because I have crazy gag reflex. So, like, it's literally your body being like, yeah, good try. Try again. Then the second, number 4 is when you drink orange juice after you brush your teeth because it tastes like that vomit that you just had is, like, going back down the hatch. Number 3 is people who fart in elevators. And then I, like, tell the story of I was in the elevator with this guy who farted. Like, it was just me and him. And then I, like, looked at him and he was like, and I was like, yeah, it was you, dude. Fuck off. Like, you don't get to act like nothing just happened, you know? And then I do this bit about, like, it's easy to fart. If you have to fart while you're in the elevator, you had to fart before you were in the elevator. You know, there's no elevator ride that's long enough that you'd, like, build a fart, you know? So then I do that. And then number 4, or the 4th thing, is when you shit your pants at a party. And I tell, like, these 2 stories of when I shit my pants at the party. And then the last one is, like, the number 1 worst thing of all time is when somebody like builds up to something and it like doesn't have any payoff at all, and then I just leave.
Oh, nice.
And nobody gets that part ever.
Which
it drives me nuts because I'm like, it's so transparent.
yes,
It's a very easy thing to understand.
yeah. I think you sell it so well that it throws people off.
Yeah. I just did like 6 minutes of material.
Have you
leading
seen
up to
that?
nothing.
I forget the name of the comic. She's a Canadian lady who her half hour is. It's like the Comics Around the World one where there's like 40 fucking specials on it.
Yeah. I'm sure I've seen it. I don't know what her name is, but sure I've seen it.
How she sets it up with how at the beginning she's going to give you her stand up is like a relationship. At the beginning it's really great, and then at the end you're going to be real disappointed. And so she tells this amazing joke at the top and then tells a shit joke at the end of it. And it's like she does it in such a way that you're like, oh, the breakup cycle, like this feeling of like, well, I kind of, and it's like the meta, all of the things.
That's so cool.
It's very
I love
fun.
that. Well, K. Trevor Wilson does a really interesting half hour in that too.
He does.
Where he's like,
Toilet paper.
I'm gonna talk about poop for a half hour.
Yeah.
And it's like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Canadians.
There's some good Canadian comics.
Fucking A.
Isn't Steve Martin's not Canadian. Or is he?
I don't think so.
Or is Martin Short Canadian? I don't know. It's one of those fucking guys.
I think you're thinking of Rick Moranis.
Yeah. I love it. That's like one of the best names ever. It's so silly of a name.
It is.
And he's only ever been silly guy, you know?
It's true.
I still think his best role, highly overlooked. I still think his best role is Little Giants, the coach in Little Giants.
Oh, wow.
So fucking fun.
Yeah.
I was going to say Little Giants,
Yeah,
but I didn't think you were going to say Little
It's so
Giants.
good. He's so good in that movie. When that kid runs up with the cup on his face, does this go here? And he's like, "Gah, no." So funny.
Such
God,
a funny
I
little
love that
Canadian man he
Yeah.
is.
His daughter's nickname is the Icebox, which is an incredible nickname. I would have killed to have been nicknamed the Icebox. Instead, they called me like Douche Canoe or like
Dish Canoe?
Yeah, or like Pansy or the
My nickname was always
FAGGOT word.
Sure.
Yeah.
Frogger?
Yeah.
I don't know how to spell.
I wasn't a Frogger. I was more a Paperboy guy. So, not to divert too much because you still have to do your premise, and so does.
What? She doesn't do.
Fucking cut it then, dude. My bad. Be so serious. Have you've seen Employee of the Month with Dane Cook and Andy Dick?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I think that's a super funny movie, but still think the two best lines in that movie are Dax Shepard lines. The opening line when Pedro's like, "Who's an L?" He's like, "It's anal, dumbass." Love that line. And then the second one is when he's talking to Semi, and I'm gonna say a word that people aren't gonna like that I'm saying it, but I'm quoting a movie. But when he's like, "Is your name is Semi because you're the size of a huge Mack truck, or because you're semi?" And he's like, "Oh no." Oh god.
Everyone else in that movie is what made that movie.
Yeah.
Dane Cook and Jessica Simpson were the
Least
they were supposed to be the big pull.
Yeah.
Everyone else carried that fucking movie.
Right.
The manager,
Yeah.
when he's playing with the Barbie dolls.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, so fucking funny.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. Oh man, it's funny as hell. And then like the assistant manager walks in, he's like, "Sir."
What if I told you about? Yeah.
I thought it was so cool because I got into Dane Cook like in 2000 when he just had a
When he would still message people.
When he was on MySpace.
he was on like Comedy Central like once.
Yeah, he literally made MySpace cool. It's not true, but he was the first comic to ever blow up on the internet. And he blew up on MySpace.
He was huge in like 2005, 6.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
stadiums and
Yeah, he sold out Madison Square Garden like 3 nights in a row. He was the first person to ever do that.
Yeah.
Or not the first person. He was the first person since fucking first comic since why am I blanking on his name? He's a guy that basically does the same act all the time.
Oh, Jerry Seinfeld.
No. Yeah, that's funny. No, he's like the super dickish guy from New York. I always forget his name.
Bill Burr.
No, he's like old.
Colin
Older.
Quinn.
Older comic, not Colin Quinn. You think Colin Quinn sold out Madison Square Garden 3 nights in a row? You fucking no. It's it's not Dangerfield, but it's a guy who's like kind of like Dangerfield.
Rickle?
No.
Oh, that's good.
I'm pretty sure
reference, though.
Rogan like references this comic like all the time. I
said
forget
it was
what his fucking
Madison
name
Square
is.
Garden, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he sold out Madison Square Garden.
You sure he's a New York guy?
Pretty confident.
Okay.
I don't know. I could be wrong. I guess I'm pretty sure he's an East Coast guy. These guys like
Okay.
these. I don't know. Why am I fucking blanking on this name?
Larry the Cable
There's
Guy.
9. There's 9.
What comics that sold out? Yeah, I'm saying Dane Cook was I think the first guy since this particular guy.
Chris Tucker.
Carlin?
No.
Eddie Murphy. Dice Clay.
Yeah. Andrew Dice Clay. Yeah.
Moisha.
I've never watched any of Dice Clay before.
Dude,
No good.
he is no good. But him now as like a senile old Jewish guy, watch his appearance on Tiger Belly. It is the funniest, so clearly like trying to get him back on track, like talking to your grandpa.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Like, Grandpa, we're not.
It's like when David Lee Roth was on Rogan, and he's like, Joe Rogan, man, it's fucking. And he's like, he would like go on these rants, and Joe's like, all right, reel it in, David. This is why Van Halen kicked you out, bud. You're insane. And then they brought on Sammy Hagar. Ugh. My God.
I was just realizing today that I actually like quite a few of the Sammy Hagar.
I
Van
can't
Halen
do
songs.
it. The only Sammy Hagar song that I can like even stand sort of.
Why
is
didn't he go ahead and jump off
Three
a
Lock
bridge?
Box.
Which one?
3 Lock Box. But it's only because of nostalgia. I used to love that song when I was a kid.
I love the Crystal Pepsi song
I
so
can't.
much.
I was super into Van Halen when I was a child, big time, because my dad loved them. So it was like one of those bands where
My
like,
dad too, yeah.
like when like Van Halen 1 through 4, like Running with the Devil and all that shit. All those songs fucking rip.
But that, like,
And then even 1984 wasn't so bad.
Who did Shout?
Like Shout
Tears
to the
for
Devil?
Fears.
That's who did that? Shout. Let it all
Yeah.
out.
And then Disturbed covered it.
Yeah, that's a British band that
Yeah,
did that one.
God damn it. I'm trying to think of another one. My dad was a fan of such weird music.
Well, like my dad, my dad's the same way. My dad loves like Van Halen.
Personal Jesus?
Is that In Excess or Depeche Mode?
Depeche Mode.
That's
There we
it,
go.
yeah.
Yeah, my dad loves Depeche Mode. Also loves In Excess, but then like Zeppelin and fucking Van Halen and Rolling Stones and Queen and
My dad knows how to play three on the acoustic guitar Backstreet Boy songs.
What?
Yeah. He is an odd human being.
That's fucking awesome though. And my dad AC/DC. My dad loves specifically early AC/DC.
Dude, we have the same dad.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
My dad really.
Is your dad Dave?
No.
Oh.
My dad did this. It was really cool. It was like one of the greatest moments of my life with him. Maybe actually just of my life. It was so fucking cool. It was the most like dad shit ever, but it was amazing. He used to like teach me about music all the time, but it would be like he would quiz me on stuff. So like, what is this song? Who's the artist? What album was it on? Like all that shit. And so that's where I got like really into it because it became like competitive for me, and I'm the most competitive person ever, you know? So it's like I would get furious with myself if I got it wrong. And sometimes you'd fuck with me. So like Hair of the Dog by Nazareth came on, and he was like, what's the name of the song? And they never say Hair of the Dog in the name of in that song. They say, now you're messing with a son of a bitch. And I'm 10 years old. I think I'm about to swear at my dad, but I'm like, fuck. So it's like, is it called Son of a Bitch? And he's like, honestly, how could you think that it's okay to swear? And I was like, it was a song. I thought that was, the song's called Hair of the Dog, dude. Come on. Or like a Who song would come on, like Bob O'Reilly or something. And he'd be like, who's this? Or he's like, what band is this? And I'd be like, I don't know who it is. And he'd be like, that's correct. I'd be like, what? He'd be like, no.
You would just do a whole Abbott and Costello.
Yeah,
I was gonna
exactly.
say,
It was
yeah.
brilliant.
Love it.
Yeah. But like 3 or 4 years ago, we were in Canada and we were fishing, and it was like, I don't know, 11 midnight, something like that. Super late. We were just calmly having drinks, and my dad will have a cigar.
Billy Crystal.
Yeah. So my dad's having a cigar, and we're both having a drink, and we're listening to he has this playlist that he's put together. It's constantly evolving playlist of his top 100 songs. And like he literally curates it like all the time. Like if he hears a song and he's like, nope, that doesn't belong in there. Or if he hears a song and he's like, that belongs in there. Then he has to like go through the list again and find which one to pull out. It's always got 100 songs on this list. So we're listening to that, and he just starts telling me like, these are the 10 albums that you need to listen to. And is the most like crazy spectrum of music. He's like, these are the 10 best albums of all time, and you need to listen to all of them. And I was like, why? And he's like, he tells me all these stories like that went along with each one of the albums. It was fucking awesome.
We should have him call in.
Yeah.
And talk
I mean, he
about
wouldn't be
some
interested at all.
Okay.
But yeah, we should.
All right.
No, I mean, I'm going to tell him he's doing it, and he'll be like, fucking fine, whatever. But yeah, like Highway to Hell, and like, you know, I don't know why I just went on this rant about my dad, but that was like so cool for me.
Yeah.
So it was like Arc of a Diver by Steve Winwood is on that list.
I don't know what either of those things are.
Steve Winwood was in a group with Clapton?
I was more of a brass ensemble kind of guy.
Was he in Blind Faith? He is old.
Three Amigos.
With Steve Martin and Martin
Rick
Short.
Moranis.
Blind Faith.
Is that what he was in Blind Faith? Okay, yeah.
That says discography though. Maybe that's like
no. Blind Faith was the band. Yeah, he was in Blind Faith. The drummer
Powerhouse.
The drummer for Blind Faith was Ginger Baker, and I think Clapton was the guitarist. It's a fucking insane super group. Ginger Baker's like arguably the best drummer ever. He was also the drummer for. Doesn't matter, Chris. You got to tell your premise.
Hey.
Sorry, dude.
No, I fucking love talking about dads. All of that stuff always gives me mad nostalgia because my dad was. It's funny how into music he was, but how, like, people always say like guilty pleasure. He didn't feel guilty about it at all.
Oh yeah,
he fucking loved all the things.
Every once in a while, I would like see my dad driving around town when I was a kid. You know, I'd be like I'm 17, 18 years old, and I'd pull up next to my dad at a stoplight, and you'd have the Jeep, and you have the top off on the Jeep, and you'd be listening to fucking Katy Perry, full blown.
Yeah, see,
I always have this memory. We were driving home, and we were about to hit the driveway, and what's Blind Melon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That song came on the radio. He just drove straight past our house, and we drove around until
listening.
until it ended.
My dad would do that too. When we would ask, because we would have to drive to Idaho, and we would be like, how much longer? And he would say how long in the amount of songs. So he would be like, we've got about 50 songs left, or we've got about like he
That's
would do
awesome,
that
because it makes it way more tolerable.
Yeah, and plus you're associating it with a good thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's brilliant. My dad used to just say, "Look for deer." It's so funny. We'd be like literally driving through like the desert of North Dakota. There's nothing for miles and miles. And I'd be like, Dad, how much time do you have left? Or I'd like argue with my brother, and my dad would turn around and be like, stop talking. Look for deer. And you're like, there's no fucking deer here. And then you'd say, like, Dad, there's no deer here. And he's like, go find them. Okay. Which is his way of being, shut the fuck up, guys.
Yeah.
Tired of hearing you argue. Funny,
yeah.
Funny man.
We should do a Father's Day episode since we missed Father's Day.
Yeah.
We just start doing holidays in the off season.
I love that idea. Do a Christmas episode in July.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Christmas in July. People already say that. We got.
I know. I
do Christmas in like March.
That's what we should do. We should just take the calendar and just move every holiday by 3 months.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I like it.
I just basically did a Zeke Heil there. My bad. Sieg Heil.
I did just learn that Hitler was on a lot of meth, apparently. I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
They created methamphetamines.
Really?
Yeah. Like amphetamines existed prior, but like the amalgamation of amphetamines that created meth was like a German scientist thing. They used to make it into a putty that they would slice soldiers' foreheads, and they would put the putty on the inside of the helmet.
Whoa.
And they'd put it on, and then they'd constantly be on.
That's insane.
Brought to you by Prilosec.
Thank you so much. I need to Venmo you
Not
this.
in your face, it's in your butt.
Thank you. Got him.
Speaking of in your butt,
Yeah. Let's hear your prem, baby.
my farts have been smelling like wet dogs lately.
That's good, dude. That's good. That's
And I'm not talking about Cardi B either.
Oh, you fucking rascal.
Um,
Oh, that stinks a lot.
yeah.
Smells like doo-doo.
So I was complaining about being fat, and this Facebook friend was like, maybe you're, have you ever thought about, you're just, do you need the lemon spray?
No, you're fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm not a pussy, dude.
I was going to say, because you've dropped some stankers and.
Many times. Yeah, some heaters. Okay, so I think I think I saw this comment.
I don't know if you have.
Was it on one of your clothing posts?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Complaining about being fat, and because they didn't comment, they messaged me.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, "Hey, a lot of studies show that people that are fat is not actually fat; they're just bloated." And I thought, yeah, no, I haven't farted in 3 fucking years. That's why I have this distended belly. You idiot.
That's such a funny. I don't even know if that's a funny joke or like a hilarious sketch that you could do. Where it's just like you go to the doctor and they're like, all right, we need to give you some kind of laxative to like get rid of this bloating, you know, and then you like take it once and then like, honey, it's happening. And then the rest of the sketch is just you like walking around like, and it's just a constant stream of fart. And like as the sketch goes on, you're just, and you can like put Spanx on like partway through, so it just starts to like suck your, you know what I mean? Put a corset on so it really sucks it all in. That's really funny.
If you, but yeah, I don't know.
What's Kim's Venmo?
I don't know. Because why would I know? She makes me pay her in cash.
Nice.
Thanks.
That's really.
But I'm trying to think of like,
that's super funny. Dude.
Where else could you like? How much more could I humiliate the person? You know who you are, by the way. Saying bloated. What more could I make fun of that thought process? Is what I'm trying to figure out. Because I mean, it is like there's not much to it, and it kind of is funny on its own. But I wonder if like I don't know if I could make that lead into another joke, or like I do that and then I say like speaking of farts, and then I tell that joke about that girl farting in my face, or like
I think like I don't know. I think
if anything I fart too much, and then maybe I just need another fart fiasco.
Well, you could even like tie it into like your diet and how like
oh yeah I'm sure it's not the 6 Pop-Tarts I eat while half awake.
Yeah, right. like your diet, and then like how your diet also like promotes like bloating going away quickly because you constantly are riving ass. You know, it's like you're not eating like oatmeal cookies. Or that's not a good example. That'll make you poop. I'm trying to think of something like that would make you bloat, but like
cheese
doesn't induce. Yeah, you're not like sitting there eating like a block of cheddar. Like you're sitting there eating like Doritos and fucking other chips and like granola bars like as like your treat snack in bed.
I'm crumbling nacho cheese Doritos on top of my cup of noodles before I
Yeah. Right. Like it's
fall
you're,
asleep.
Yeah, you're eating specifically so you will fart. I mean, it's at this point it's a pastime.
Have you ever heard of Beano?
Yeah, take Beano before there'll be no gas. Yeah.
So I just saw that, like, because I had a period of time where I was bloated.
You had a period?
I did, and that's why I was bloated. So I take. I'm in the. This is actually when I was working at Walmart. I was looking for like gas relief stuff, and I saw Beano, and I forget the wording, but I was like, "Fuck it, that seems fine." And I take it because it said like something about how you could take it at night, and then like it'll digest or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm laying in bed, and you know that sound that a water cooler makes when the bubbles go up?
Yeah. That happens to
And
me.
you can feel that like sense of weight of the water moving. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
is that thing gonna fall over?
Yeah.
Like I'm in bed and I feel that sound in my body going boom, 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 boom. And then like I feel like a draining happening in my side. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. That happens to me every morning. I'm not shitting you. Like if I move,
But are you shitting?
if I move at the right angle, like literally my body will go like.
But this was
inside.
like a blop, 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 like
Yeah.
that actual like bonk, bonk, bonk,
Yeah.
bonk, bonk.
I don't know how to do the, bloop, 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 but that's literally what it does. Like, it's so fucking weird.
So that happens. I go to the bathroom and farted hard, right?
Yeah.
Lots of farts.
Yeah.
But followed by violent diarrhea.
So Beano
Was like, let's get all of it out of
because
here.
their slogan for that particular pill should have been, "There'll be no gas without diarrhea."
Yeah.
Because the
Oh,
gas.
fuck. That reminds me of, was it called,
Oh fuck.
was it Ally?
Ajax.
It was ALI. And it was being promoted as this new like diet pill.
Ali.
Ali.
I don't know.
But,
Like hydroxycut.
But there was like there was all of these placards, and there were like all these end caps for this new thing. And my friend came to pick me up from Wally World one time, and he grabbed one of those boxes and he flipped it around, was reading all of the side effects,
Yeah.
and he goes, "May cause anal leakage." And we were like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
Where? Why?" How bad can your weight be that you go,
Right.
I'm going to roll the dice
Right.
with anal leakage?
Right. That's a premise in itself right there.
Yeah.
Is like how bad are your symptoms that like with all these drugs that they're marketing, you know? Or like
Yeah, how
You
bad
know-
are the other symptoms?
yeah, well like how bad are like the things that you're trying to cure that like you're okay with getting like tuberculosis, you know? Like
Yeah.
like those asthma commercials were like, you know, if you feel drowsy at all, like contact your doctor right away because you might actually be dying right now in this very moment. But like, hey, you can play catch with your kids, you know? It's like, what?
Yeah.
Or like the ones that like the symptoms are completely unrelated to like it's not like over curing and like causing an issue.
Okay.
You know, it's like the ones that are like, it's like a migraine medication, but they're like,
Oops, sorry.
you know, people have been known to get ovarian cancer from this. And you're like, what? What the fuck are you putting in this? Are you serious? Yeah, that's a good bit though. I like your fart premise or your bloating premise.
The bloating premise.
And you could talk about the bloat, like, you know, I'm pretty confident it's not the bloating.
Or
in part because
I could set it up. I'm imagining now, like, where when they say that, I read it and I thought, all right, today's finally the day. And I call my wife. I say, hey, we need to talk. She comes home from work. And she's like, what is it? I say, I know we've been together for nearly 14 years. And I swore that this would never happen. But honey, I've got a fart.
that's
And like no, like make it
You
this
don't
whole
have to.
scene.
That's
And then
funny.
I can like, have you seen there's a yoga pose that helps you expel?
Yeah.
I could start to do that on stage.
Dude, I like the idea of like that is like your last resort. You tried everything else, you know? It's like you try to get rid of the bloating by like, I took a fucking bike tire pump and put it in my asshole and tried to just like a plunger. I just tried to like push some air in, see if it would come out, and it just
Try to siphon the gas.
It just made the air. It just made the bloating worse. It was horrible. So then I was like, well, maybe if I don't go through that end, maybe I go through the other side. So I took a football pump and shoved it in my
turkey baster
into my fucking belly button, and you know, that didn't. And then I just got fatter that way too.
Because now I have an Audi.
Yeah. I'm not talking about the R8. This episode of Dude Absolutely. I don't know, dude. I just think that's a funny.
Tried everything.
Tried
sold
everything.
my soul to the devil.
Yeah.
I went to community college.
I laid on my side and had somebody play my butthole like a kazoo. That didn't work. It just like it's come to this. Like I need to push the air out.
I rewatched the 1994 film Mortal Kombat.
You just got on a foam roller and rolled on your stomach, and just as you're doing it, like, and then you get up and you're just flat. That's funny.
But yeah, farts are great.
Yeah, that's good.
May cause anal leakage.
Yeah. All right, bro.
Hey,
Same time next week.
dude.
I'm gonna say things on this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right.
Mara, I forgot you were here.
I was over here this whole time.
Holy shit.
We didn't
Am I
even
in
know.
Memento? Are you Rick Moranis?
Are you Guy Pierce?
God, I kind of want to say a thing just based on the farting.
Well, do your
You don't strike me as a
your
gal
plan.
who farts ever.
Yeah, like I really want. Like a lot of times, I'll leave here. I'll leave this. This is where farts come to like,
Yeah.
be heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go sit in the car and I'll realize, like I had to the whole time. Like it's just been sitting here. I'm like, oh, that's why my stomach feels weird.
Yeah.
And then just like the car ride home.
I don't
is
know
like,
why I just pictured like I forget which character it is in Family Guy, but like you like get home after you held the fart in, and then you just like laying on your side, and you like lift your leg and just like, and then that's your like it's ladylike, but you're still ripping bombs.
The flap on your weird tent is
But no, like
Pikachu's red dots on its cheeks turn green.
So I have a pretty unique situation anatomically. This is gonna be so fucking weird. I'm gonna say it though. So okay, probably the most interesting thing about like obtaining a vagina is I learned that farts could go up the fronts and then get stuck.
No fucking way, dude.
Yeah.
You're kidding me. You're kidding me.
I knew exactly where you were going. Oh man.
Unbelievable. So like if you're wearing pants that are too tight, it just like rockets it forward. So like when we feel a fart on our nutsack,
Yes.
that's holy
and then
shit. That just blew my fucking mind.
My our
So do you ever have that happen and then like, you sit down like 20 minutes later and you fart again, but like it's like
Like you have to move to
right.
figure-
You're like,
'cause
God
there's
damn
air.
it.
our old neighbor, their daughter found that out, and how did she word it? Dad, I farted and it got stuck in my front butt.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh my God. That's unbelievable, but also totally believable. You know what I mean? Wow. Anatomy. That's incredible.
That's the name of
What
this
was
episode. The anatomy.
What was the first time? What was your reaction?
I was in the car and I was just like, what the fuck? Like I never thought of that. Like I
was
never
this,
thought
was
about
this like procedurally speaking, like what window of time had gone by before you like had this crazy experience?
Yeah, pull up your journal.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Because like I imagine that you had probably farted in between then, and it just didn't happen. And then you had this surprise occurrence moment where you're like, motherfucker.
That premise on its own, like saying like, ladies, I never understood the trauma that you would go through.
Right, yeah.
Fuck childbirth. Fart in my own vagina. That's really funny. But also,
God damn it.
again, fascinating.
It is.
It's like in a way you're like, I've either been like farting correctly this whole time and like this one went horribly wrong, or I've been farting wrong the whole time and this one went incredibly right.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Like that's such an incredible feat of anatomy that like it's like winning the lottery in a way. You're like, holy shit, I could fart in my own body.
Yeah.
You know? Or am I? Does that not register?
Have you ever like worn?
Like if I farted and it went into my penis,
It doesn't go in. It's just the. So like
I know.
I've had it happen where I wear my tight girl jeans, and
it gets trapped in the space.
The base of my butt, it'll get trapped there because sometimes it'll go, both ways.
I know what you're saying.
And it gets trapped, and I can't pull the jeans, so I have to go to the bathroom.
But what I'm saying is, like, if I could like fart, you know what I mean? To like, if I could actively trap a fart, and then like use that to my advantage. Yeah, obviously you can't use it to your advantage. That's not what you're saying. But I'm just saying, like,
what are you saying?
What I'm saying is like, you have to like move to get the rest of the fart out, right?
Right.
So like, if it's a good fart, you have the opportunity to share that with the world. Like you're like alone, and you like fart in like an office chair, and you're like, oh.
I think that's re-gifting though.
And that's what I'm saying. So then you
Okay.
just like, you could like keep things clenched, and then you just like walk over to Doug's desk, and you just loosen up.
Just do a quick.
And you're like, Doug, I had pad thai last night. Enjoy. And you leave.
And it's guaranteed silent.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true. Yeah.
It's very much an SBD.
Yes.
So I don't think anyone's had that happen for the first time when they're like 32, though. That's like,
Yeah, right. That's what I mean. You didn't have the wherewithal to.
God damn it, that's funny.
That's fucking super hilarious. I can't believe I went my whole life knowing that wasn't a thing. Man,
I only knew of that because of that little girl saying something.
Yeah.
educational podcast.
Very educational. Anatomy, front butt.
Right on. That's cool. I don't have to say the shit I was going to say.
No, please.
Hell no.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, I'm a heavy metal fan,
Yes.
which we know. And lyrics have always been a thing that no one gave a shit about with like heavy metal. Is like a lot of Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
Who I don't care what you're saying.
Cookie.
Hell yeah. You had to get the little book out to like, I guess that sounds like it. Who
Yeah,
cares?
right.
This rules. Which was good for me because like even when I can understand lyrics, I don't know what's going on. Like there's a song by John Fogerty and it's called Put Me in Coach. I just thought it was about some guy getting an airplane ticket.
That's such a dad joke too. That's
I've
so
heard
good.
I've heard that song 1,000 times.
It played on like Walmart radio. It just like looped.
And I have never thought, God,
Neither have I, by the way. That is a true story. That is it happened to my coworker.
that's so
Okay.
fucking funny.
That's really good.
You write good jokes, like straight up, objectively good jokes.
Yeah.
You had, I mean, that's misdirection.
Like we
at
write
its
premises and we're like tossing it back and
Hashing them
forth
out.
to
That's a
figure it out.
legit joke. That's a completed joke.
You
It's
guys
very
have been
good.
You guys been doing it for like actually doing comedy.
Yeah, that's what we're saying is it's unfair.
You didn't think earlier
You get to
on
fart
you didn't
into
think-
your
Well, I see your point though, because like when you first start, you like write a joke to completion.
Oh.
You know, because
Sure.
you're like proud of the baby. But like the more you get on stage, the more you realize like it's actually sometimes more effective to take like a premise with like some points you want to hit on stage.
Sure.
Because then you can flush it out on stage, or you take it to a friend, and they're like,
Because there's going to be a point where this is going to dry up or some shit. I'm just
Yeah,
Well, that's what you think, but that's not actually how it works.
That's what I think in my brain. That's like I hit walls like that all the time. I just
Yeah.
think like I can't keep doing a certain thing.
Sure.
So I won't ever.
Just so you know,
try.
all comics think that way too. Like you're not alone.
Yeah.
I
That's-
figured like
Yeah.
I have my brain like I could think two different. I could double think like
Yeah.
anything, and I know I'm doing it actively, but I'll still keep.
Well,
doing
and
it.
your deadpan is just unrivaled. I know I've said it a bunch of times on here, but
Yeah, you're not delivering jokes.
if
the
you
way
did that on stage, it would destroy.
yeah, you would kill.
Like that.
That's a great joke. And
like that Zenny optical joke.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I fucked that up.
Really?
I'm so glad you guys laughed at it, but I listened back to the show.
Yeah.
So this was based on a true story.
Yeah.
So the message that he sent me was, "Nice glasses. Can I blow a load on them?"
Uh-huh.
Not what I said. The message was, "Can I come on them?"
Oh, okay.
So the punchline works better
Oh, that's
does.
funny
because
because
I'm working it off of blow the load.
That's
Right.
That makes it even crazier that it's still landed.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I heard it back, I'm like, wow, that still worked.
That's kind of like a theory of joke writing is finding different ways to say the same thing
Always.
throughout the joke.
Yeah, always.
So actually
you're one of the best people, like amateurs that I've seen that does that. Particularly with like your beer drinking joke. You set that up. It's the same premise the whole way through. It's you're already fucked up on something else. Yeah. You ever get nervous to drive after one beer because of the gram of hash you smoked before it, or because you did all that blow before it? My favorite one still is because of the 11 other beers you drank.
I always
so
say
fucking
12.
funny. Oh yeah.
It's funny. Everybody
Because
always
you had
says
to
that.
you had to finish a 12-pack. You had to
Yes,
open another.
exactly.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
That's what's funny is it drives Kim nuts because she's like, that's not how it works.
But no, that is how it works. That's exactly how it works.
Yeah.
It's like I had to get a new 12-pack to.
You know what's funny?
I love that because there's you had you got to pick up the kids from soccer practice with that one, but your best one is you got to return that movie at Redbox.
Oh my God.
Can't handle the fucking late fees. I love that.
That was my favorite way of doing it.
Yeah.
So I used to say, you got to bring that copy of Miss Congeniality back to the Red Box.
That's
Damn.
a better line.
That's a deep cut.
Because,
Yeah.
right? To me, it's hilarious.
And the only place you're going to be able to get Miss Congeniality is either buying it or at the fucking Redbox.
The Red Box.
Yeah, that's so good. And actually, what you could do is somehow I've found it makes it funnier if you choose the sequel. So if you just say Legally Blonde 2, Miss Congeniality 2, Home Alone 2, that one, those are better. I feel like in a way because that's not the one that made them famous.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you went to the Redbox and spent money on Miss Congeniality 2.
But that leads back to the thing where you're finding a way to say the same thing. I forget who told me that, but I had some joke where I was saying the same word over and over, and that doesn't hit as much as figuring out how to say, you say come first, you say blow, and then at the end you say blow your load.
I think just in
Different.
I understand what
Are
you're
those
saying.
synonyms?
Well,
Cinnamon?
there's cinnamons.
Well, they're identical meaning, but it's not.
Yeah.
technically
What are those called?
I don't know.
Same meaning, different word. Avatars.
Yeah,
Different avatars.
but
Yeah.
that's not what she's saying.
I'm just saying,
She's saying she literally told the joke.
No.
wrong.
I
That
know.
wasn't
I'm
her.
trying to let you know that you can keep doing it that way and it'll still work because a
That's what I
method
learned,
of
yeah.
joke writing
Yeah,
is finding a different word for the exact same thing.
because generally, and this isn't always how it works, I guess.
Get ready for some inside baseball shit, ladies and gentlemen.
But generally, you can gauge more easily how a different punchline will go in the long run based on when and how you think of that punchline. Like if you know, like using a different word or whatever. Like if you think of it like right after you got off stage, generally it's going to go better.
Yeah.
That you just made a better joke because you just performed that joke. If you're like sitting in the shower and you're like literally scrubbing your fucking armpits or whatever, and you think of it, you're like, oh shit, like this is going to be a better joke, you know? But like when you're thinking like, how do I make this joke funnier? That's not when it works.
Yeah.
Because I guess that's not how it works for everybody.
Right.
But like for me and a lot of people I know, like you think of your funniest shit either after you eat shit.
Yeah.
Or after you crush, or when you're in the shower.
Dude, don't you hate when you do a joke and as you're saying it, you're like, I wish I knew a different way to say this.
And then you
the
have
crowd reacts the way that you thought they were going to, and you get off stage and you're like, I fucking knew I should have said it this way.
Yep. And then you have that like abort thing fucking going in your head. I used to get that all the time. Especially with jokes that like I knew the premise was really good, but I never played around with them.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I was new to comedy, so I was like, I don't want to take any chances. You know, I'm already taking a fucking chance by going up here and just putting my ego on the line. But like that doesn't, you know, the jokes perform the exact fucking same every time because you're telling the jokes the same way. It's just who cares of the variable of the crowd? It's like it's not as good of a joke as it can be, and that was how it was with me. I used to do this joke. And I think I could bring this joke back, as I fucking loved this joke, but I just didn't know how to do it. But like I used to get so mad when chip readers first got instituted.
Okay.
But I didn't get mad like at the store or whatever. I got mad at like the people behind you when you do the chip reader.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know about you guys, but like 90% of the time, the fucking chip reader doesn't work for me. You put your card in, and then it's like remove card, and you can like always you can feel the person behind you sighing, you know. And it's always like it's never like somebody that has any level of understanding, you know. They act like they've never been in a store before where somebody's like card malfunctioned at the register.
That's the same guy that honks at you in traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, this is.
I'm not going. None of us are going anywhere, right? And so, like, I used to tell it where I would do this, like, very like fake, definitely like not orchestrated, but like, it's like, I would do this fantastical version of that story where I would say like, you know, the person behind you turn around, it's like they look like they're straight out of fucking Road Warrior, like got a baseball bat with like nails in it. Like I'm gonna fucking kill you if I'm not out of this super America in 3 minutes, you know. Or whatever, like, and that part never landed, but I never played with that part, and then eventually, like, I just quit doing it because the joke didn't do well. But I think the premise itself is funny, you know. It's like, how did card readers, just the chip reader in particular, make my anxiety level increase so fucking much at the register? So I'm like constantly worried, like. And then it doesn't work, and you're like, shit, the guy behind me is going to fuck me in the ass outside of this Holiday Station store.
At least you're not pulling out a check.
Oof.
Yeah, right? Well, and that's another thing. Is like that the chip reader malfunction is the new pulling out a checkbook. There's always something to replace the inconvenience of before. You just like you don't see it ahead of time.
They actually managed to make checks worse.
Yeah.
Because like we have auto check. What? So basically they just give us the check. We run it through a printer. It prints everything on it. You don't have to fill it out at all. You can just give me a blank check and I can run it through for the exact amount. And I tell the customer that and they still fill it out. Like, I'm just going to fill it out anyway.
That's so funny.
Dude, we have gone on for too long.
Yeah, this has been a long one.
It's been a fun one.
It has been a fun one.
Are we at 2:20 now?
Just about 2 minutes off.
Nice. Well,
same time next week.
Dude, absolutely. Dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, absolutely.